last 9 years, pedestrian fatalities have increased 35%, while all other traffic fatalities have decreased by 6%. Most of these pedestrian deaths occurred at uncontrolled crossing locations. For this month's Everyday Counts initiative, we'll be looking at STEP, Safe Transportation for Every Pedestrian, which helps us put more of our focus on pedestrians in a world increasingly geared towards vehicular traffic. In this video, we'll look at some great examples from our friends at FHWA, and then I'll take a ride around Charlottesville with our safety circuit rider, Rebecca Golden, and her intern, Wesley Michaelson, to look at some of the countermeasure examples in the city and on campus here at the University of Virginia. STEP is a package of countermeasures that significantly improve pedestrian safety when used in the appropriate roadway context. Rectangular rapid flashing beacons increase driver yielding behavior. Leading pedestrian intervals allow pedestrians to walk a few seconds before vehicles get a green light signal to turn. Road diets reduce vehicle speeds and the number of lanes pedestrians cross. Pedestrian hybrid beacons provide stop control in areas with high pedestrian traffic and allows pedestrians to safely cross multi-lane roadways. Pedestrian refuge islands allow pedestrians a safe place to stop at the midpoint of the roadway. Raised crosswalks reduce vehicle speeds. Crosswalk visibility enhancements such as crosswalk lighting and enhanced signage help drivers see pedestrians, especially at night.
Hey everybody, I'm in the car again with Rebecca and Wesley, and we're going to hit the road and look at some of the STEP innovations that we're using here at the University of Virginia and in Charlottesville, and we can take a look at how we're keeping pedestrians safer here in our backyard.
We're now driving toward a pedestrian crosswalk that is well used by transit students, and it has an automation of the flashing beacons to tell the motorist when to stop. This is Rice Hall, University of Virginia. To the right is the Carl Smith football stadium. See how that goes when the person goes, we stop. There are also two transit pullouts for both approaches. And in the center of the road, a podium reminding motorists to stop.
So we just left one where we had an automated signal, and we're coming up now right in front of the bookstore, a very popular crossover here on campus, where they use a push button. So what would be the difference? Why would you use a marked crosswalk as opposed to an automatic flashing signal as opposed to a push button signal? What would be the differences between using those?
Good question. And both the university and city of Charlottesville have warrants that indicate, both by the traffic volume and the type of traffic and the volume of pedestrian traffic, when these are appropriate. We're going under a pedestrian bridge, beautiful facility built by University of Virginia. We're now approaching a pedestrian activated crosswalk that takes pedestrians over to the bookstore parking garage on the right.
And that's similar, it has similar flashing on the side, but it's activated by a push button as opposed to by a pedestrian automatically triggering it.
Yes, yes. And the approach we just took down the grade toward that, as a pedestrian myself, I've noticed often, folks coming down that grade might not make that stop as easily as the ones going up. So we are also just passing another one that is also a pedestrian activated button.
So we're just a couple blocks from this intersection we're going to look at, and I'm going to turn over to Wesley to talk about some things to look for as we're driving through.
So at this particular intersection, you want to look for the leading pedestrian signal phase. This is an all red phase where pedestrians get a head start to get themselves into the intersection. This way motorists can see them before they actually make their turns, and this makes more hesitant pedestrians able to actually go when there are vehicles to maybe intimidate them.
Okay. So here we are at the intersection. We're going to be stopped at the intersection so we can take a look around, and why don't you explain some of the things other things we should be seeing.
So yeah, at this intersection, once we get closer, there are some pedestrian refuges within the medians. Additionally, the more complex geometry of this intersection gives more room for pedestrians to actually make their way across the whole intersection with these refuge areas, so that they don't have to do it all in one big step.
It is kind of helped by the geometry, like you said. Like, we're going one way, but this road also splits off to the right. And if we were to go straight, we could also veer left or right. So there's 2 intersections, but really 4 directions if you're going in this east-west direction that we are.
And that is all the marked crosswalks. There's push buttons.
There's an island here that's
Yeah.
kind of gets people a little head start before they cross the whole thing.
Our